The saleswoman tore off the price tag, intending to pass off an outdated dress as the latest style for the blonde beauty in front of her. But her trick was instantly seen through by the woman.
With a half-loop top stitching on the hem?
Absolutely. It's one of a kind.
It's impossible to use a half-loop top stitching on low viscosity rayon. It would snag the fabric. And you didn't just get it in. I saw it in the June Vogue a year ago. So if you're trying to sell it to me for full price, you picked the wrong girl.
The saleswoman had no choice but to walk away awkwardly. The girl's name is Elle, a picture-perfect Barbie in everyone's eyes, and she has a tall, rich, and handsome boyfriend. One day, her best friend tells her that her boyfriend Warner is about to propose with a huge diamond ring. So Elle picks out the most beautiful dress, and her friends help her get ready, preparing for a romantic proposal. Ella is full of excitement, but what she gets is a cruel breakup.
I think we should break up.
And Warner's reason for ending things hits Ella even harder. Warner has been accepted to Harvard Law School, and his family has been senators for 5 generations, with his future likely in politics. He says he needs to marry someone of equal status, not an actress who only knows how to dress up.
So you're breaking up with me because I'm too blonde?
No, that's not entirely true.
Then what? My boobs are too big?
Ella breaks down in tears. She's never been humiliated like this in her life. She storms off, heartbroken. Though Ella isn't from a noble family, she was at least Miss Hawaii. So why was she still abandoned? An entire week passes and she doesn't leave her room, sulking in the dorm.
I love you.
Liar!
Her friends, worried about her state, take her to get her nails done to lift her spirits. While flipping through a magazine out of boredom, Elle accidentally sees the engagement announcement of Warner's brother. Warner's future sister-in-law is plain-looking, but a top student in Yale Law School. Suddenly, everything clicks for Elle.
This is the type of girl that Warner wants to marry.
Practically deformed?
No. A law student.
Elle decides to apply to Harvard Law, hoping to win Warner back. But her father thinks she's too cheerful and lively for the serious, dull world of law school. Her mother also believes Elle, having just won Miss Hawaii, shouldn't throw away the chance to be a star. Even her teacher advises her to be realistic. Getting into Harvard Law requires not only a professor's recommendation and a stellar personal essay, but also a score of at least 175 on the entrance exam. But Elle has made up her mind.
I once had to judge a tighty-whitey contest for Lambda Kappa Pi. Trust me, I can handle anything.
To her friend's surprise, LA starts burning the midnight oil. The boring studying is nothing like her former glamorous life, but she resists temptation. Her best friends support her the whole way. Soon, the day of the public exam arrives, and Elle takes it seriously. Not long after, the results are out, and her friends wait anxiously by her side.
179!
Elle gets into Harvard with an almost perfect score, and everyone cheers and celebrates with her. On the first day of school, Elle immediately stands out among her classmates. She wore a pink suit, carried a chihuahua in her arms, and brought an entire truckload of personal belongings. But Elle doesn't seem to care about the strange looks.
It's gonna be so exciting. Now don't be scared. Everyone will love you.
To look more serious, she even changes her outfit. She's full of hope for her new campus life. On her first day of class, she runs into Warner in the hallway. She walks past him as if nothing happened.
Elle?
Warner? I totally forgot you go here.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, are you here to see me?
No, silly. I go here.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Warner watches her walk away, stunned. Elle's counterattack was brilliant. In class, everyone has textbooks and laptops, while Elle brings only a notebook. When the professor asks a question, Elle looks around nervously. The professor notices her.
Elle Woods.
Actually, I wasn't aware that we had an assignment.
Then the professor calls on another student in the back.
Would you support my decision to ask her to leave class and to return only when she is prepared?
Absolutely.
Under the full gaze of the class, Elle is kicked out of the room like a clown. She vents on a bench outside the building and once again bumps into Warner. She's just about to complain to him when that female classmate shows up, and they act very close.
Do you know her?
She's,
I'm his fiance.
The 6-carat engagement ring Warner once picked out is now on that girl's finger. As she shows it off, Elle is hit hard inside. She fought so hard to get into Harvard, hoping to win back love, only to become someone else's joke. Ellie drives off alone to clear her head. Passing by a nail salon, she decides to stop. She wants to relieve her frustration by making herself look beautiful. She pours her heart out to the manicurist, Paulette, saying that all her efforts have been in vain. Paulette asked her, "Is she even prettier than you?" Ella said, "With makeup, she's not exactly ugly." Paulette then said, "What are you waiting for? Steal the bastard back." Ella laughed. That was exactly what she needed to hear. In class, Vivian deliberately provoked Ella, flashing that ring-wearing hand in front of her face over and over. Elle decided it was time to fight back.
Because I'm not afraid of a challenge.
So while Warner played basketball, Elle sat nearby reading a book with irresistible charm, completely distracting him. That evening, Elle showed up with snacks, hoping to share them and join Warner's study group. There was clearly an empty spot and Warner was about to agree, but Vivian flatly refused. Ella had no choice but to leave, disappointed. She called her best friend, wanting to vent, but her friend was happily planning her wedding. Elle didn't have the heart to ruin her joy, so she swallowed her words. Vivian deliberately tricked Elle, saying the school was holding a costume party and warmly invited her. Elle thought Vivian had finally grown a conscience, so she gladly accepted. That night, Elle showed up dressed as a bunny girl, only to walk in and realize the moment she entered, she had become the laughingstock of the entire party. But confident as ever, Ella quickly pulled herself together. She walked straight up to Vivian.
Thanks for inviting me, girls. This party is super fun. Except when I dress up as a frigid I try not to look so constipated.
A few words from Elle left Vivian completely speechless. Then she calmly went over to Warner. She appeared in front of him, full of hope. But Warner called her embarrassing and told her not to waste time in law school.
Come on, you're never gonna get the grades to qualify for one of those spots. You're not smart enough, sweetie. You can do something more valuable with your time.
I'm never going to be good enough for you, am I?
Warner's words crushed Elle's final illusion about love. That's when she realized he had never respected her. She immediately bought a laptop and started studying law day and night. While others chatted, she was buried in books, going in and out of the library nonstop. She studied while jogging, even while doing her hair. In class, she actively participated in discussions. The validation she received built her confidence more and more. But what truly made her appreciate the power of the law was the time she helped her manicurist friend Paulette. After divorcing, Paulette's ex-husband kept her dog. Ella went with her to demand it back, but the man acted like a complete jerk. Paulette was too scared to speak up. That's when Elle stepped forward, using legal language to defend her friend's rights. With Elle standing behind her, Paulette successfully got her dog back. She hugged her dog and sincerely thanked Elle. It was the first time Elle felt the true power of the law. In one class, Elle used her legal knowledge to deliver a brilliant argument, earning praise from her professor. The professor was impressed by her progress and decided to recommend her for an internship. It was a position every law student dreamed of.
It's pink.
Oh, and it's scented. I think it gives it a little something extra, don't you think? Okay, we'll see you next class.
The day the intern list was posted, Elle's name was on it. Vivian and Warner also made the cut. Ella then intentionally went over to chat with her ex.
Do you remember when we spent those 4 amazing hours in the hot tub after winter formal? I have some shopping to do.
Soon came the first day of the internship and their first case. A wealthy man was shot in his home. When found, his wife stood beside him covered in blood. She became the prime suspect. The man's daughter and their housekeeper both testified against her, but Brooke claimed she didn't do it. Their job was to defend Brooke. Professor Callahan took on the case, but he didn't believe Brooke. Brooke was a famous fitness model with a high income. Her husband was much older, which made people doubt it was true love. Most believed she killed him for money. The suspicion made Brooke furious, but she couldn't provide an alibi. The meeting ended on a bad note. As she was leaving, Brooke recognized Elle.
Hi,
I know you.
I'm a Delta Nu, and I'm a huge fan of yours.
Are you one of my lawyers?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, thank God one of you has a brain.
The case had no progress and no other suspects. The victim's daughter had a trust fund and didn't need money, and his ex-wife was vacationing abroad at the time of the murder. Even though Elle believed Brooke was innocent, she still couldn't find any proof to clear her name. Elle went to the detention center to visit Brooke and thoughtfully brought her some personal necessities. Elle's sincerity quickly earned Brooke's trust. After Elle's repeated questions, Brooke finally revealed her alibi.
I was getting liposuction.
Huh?
Liposuction!
It turned out that on the day her husband was murdered, she was at the hospital getting liposuction. If this became public, her career would be destroyed, so she would rather go to prison than let her reputation suffer. Elle was shocked, but she promised to keep Brooke's secret. Professor Callahan found out Elle had visited Brooke and pressed her for any new leads. Elle kept her lips sealed. Everyone in the office was trying to get her to talk. Even Warner came to lecture her. Only Vivian stood silently on the side. That night, Vivian came to Elle's room, using a confession transcript as an excuse to start a conversation.
I still can't believe you didn't tell Callahan the alibi.
It's not my alibi to tell.
It was the first time the two sat down and talked. Vivian complained that Warner didn't actually get into Harvard on merit. His family pulled strings. She said it was ridiculous how they had fought over such a guy for so long. They both laughed. Turns out, making peace between girls can be that simple. On the day of the trial, Brooke's stepdaughter Chutney came to testify against her. The housekeeper, Enrique, took a bribe to give false testimony, accusing Brooke of having an affair with him and using it as the motive for the murder. Things were looking very bad for Brooke. Elle felt something just didn't add up. During the break, Elle went to get some water to clear her head, when Enrique suddenly cut in line. Ella stomped her foot and warned him.
Don't stomp your little last season Prada shoes at me, honey.
For last season.
Suddenly, something clicked. She rushed in and shared her idea with Emmett.
He's gay. Enrique is gay. Gay men know designers. Straight men don't.
But Professor Callahan didn't buy Elle's reasoning. Everything in court had to be based on evidence. Emmett, however, believed in her. So in court, he began questioning Enrique.
Did you ever take Mrs. Wyndham on a date?
Yes.
Where?
A restaurant in Concord where no one could recognize us.
And how long have you been sleeping with Mrs. Wyndham?
3 months.
And your boyfriend's name is?
Chuck.
Right.
The courtroom erupted. Enrique tried to deny everything. In the end, Enrique's lie was exposed on the spot. Everyone had witnessed Ella's performance. That evening, Vivian told Elle that Professor Callahan wanted to meet her for a drink. Elle went to his office, believing Brooke's trust in her had paid off. Professor Callahan praised her intelligence and asked if she'd like to stay on as a summer intern. As he spoke, he slowly approached her. Elle thought her hard work was finally being recognized. But the next second, Callahan showed his creepy side. And that exact moment, Vivian walked in and saw it.
Are you hitting on me?
And I'm a law student who just realized her professor is a pathetic asshole.
So this was all because of her looks. What had all her efforts been for? What Vivian said next made her feel even worse.
Had me fooled.
What?
Well, maybe you should sleep with the jury too, then we can win the case.
Ella's world came crashing down. She couldn't accept what had just happened. As she walked out, she ran into Emmett, the one person who truly believed in her, and told him she was quitting. She said studying law had been a mistake, and taking the internship was a mistake too. Emmett said everything she had now was earned through her own hard work. Elle told him everything that had happened that night. To others, all her efforts meant less than her appearance. Then what was the point of trying so hard? In the end, she decided to give up on law and return to Los Angeles. Before leaving, she went to say goodbye to Paulette.
It just felt like, for the first time, that someone expected me to do something more with my life than just become a Victoria's Secret model.
If you're going to let one stupid prick ruin your life, you're not the girl I thought you were.
Professor Stromwell's words suddenly awakened something in Elle. Emmett told Brooke what had happened. Brooke cursed Professor Callahan, calling him a creep. Vivian realized she had wronged Elle. That's when Emmett had an idea. At the next court session, Brooke directly fired Professor Callahan.
I have new representation.
Who?
As everyone stared in shock, a pair of pink heels entered the courtroom. Ella walked in confidently, dressed in a pink suit. Her bright, colorful suit clashed completely with the courtroom atmosphere. But Elle didn't care what others thought. Professor Callahan immediately pointed out that Elle was still a student and couldn't represent the client. In the end, the judge allowed Elle to defend Brooke. Elle wasn't fighting alone. Her manicurist friend Paulette and her girlfriends from LA were all in the gallery cheering her on. When the trial began, Chutney testified that she was taking a shower during the time of the murder, didn't hear any gunshots, and came downstairs to find her father dead with his wife standing nearby, covered in blood, and the gun hidden. Her testimony seemed flawless, and Elle felt nervous. She kept repeating her questions. The opposing lawyer smirked with condescension. Ella then asked what Chutney had been doing before the incident.
I got up, got a latte, went to the gym, got a perm, and came home.
At that moment, Elle caught something important. She asked Chutney if she'd ever gotten a perm, and how many times.
Oh, I have a point, I promise.
Then make it.
Exactly. Because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate? And if in fact you weren't washing your hair, as I suspect you weren't because your curls are still intact, wouldn't you have heard the gunshot? And if in fact you had heard the gunshot, Brooke Wyndham wouldn't have had time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean that you would have had to have found Mrs. Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible. Isn't that right?
She's my age. Did she tell you that? How would you feel if your father married someone who was your age?
You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney? After you shot your father.
I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was you walking through the door.
Order, order. Order.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
With a string of sharp questions, Elle finally exposed the real killer. The key to cracking the case turned out to be something they had all dismissed as a silly obsession with beauty. Ella made a name for herself and proved everyone who once looked down on her completely wrong. Even the ex-boyfriend who once ignored her came back after hearing the news.
But if I'm going to be a partner in a law firm by the time I'm 30, I need a boyfriend who's not such a complete bonehead.
But this time, Elle turned and walked away, toward her own bright future. 2 years later, Elle graduated from law school and gave the commencement speech. When faced with doubt and discrimination, she never backed down. Instead, she proved her worth time and again with wisdom and courage. She was confident, brave, passionate, and true to herself. May every girl have the courage to be herself and find her own bright future.